Jesus warns in Matthew 7 that many people who talk about heaven, even saying, "Lord, Lord," will not enter it. He reduces all spirituality to two gates, two roads, two crowds, two destinations, and two foundations. One way is narrow and hard, leading to life. The other is broad and popular, leading to destruction, even though it is advertised as heaven. The real divide is not between religious and non-religious people, but between those who trust Christ alone and those who rely on themselves. All religion ultimately falls into two systems: divine accomplishment or human achievement. In human achievement, people try to reach God through morality, rituals, sacraments, and spiritual experiences, exactly what characterized much of first-century Judaism and still describes countless churchgoers today. Jesus overturns that in the Sermon on the Mount. The truly blessed are poor in spirit, mourning over sin, meek and hungry for a righteousness they do not possess. The gospel announces that salvation is by grace alone, through faith alone in Christ alone, apart from works. Because of that, the narrow gate is Christ himself, and entering it is deeply personal and costly. You must enter. You must enter through him alone, and you must enter alone, not carried by family, tradition, or the crowd. You come with difficulty, stripped of spiritual luggage such as self-righteousness, cherished sins, and competing loyalties, and you bow in submission, confessing Jesus as Lord and embracing his cross. Cheap, effortless Christianity that only repeats a prayer but never repents or obeys belongs to the broad road, not to the way of true conversion. The broad way tolerates almost anything: sin, false doctrine, worldly values, yet still promises heaven, and many false teachers eagerly sell tickets to it. On the surface, the lives and houses of true and false believers can look very similar, but the final storm of judgment will expose the foundations, one built on hearing and doing Christ's words, the other on religious sand. The narrow way, by contrast, is marked by obedience, holiness, and a life anchored to Christ himself. Jesus urges us to examine ourselves, flee empty profession, and enter the narrow way through repentant, obedient faith in him.